you are about to meet the newest member of your team. As you are aware, the Green Ranger's power was completely decimated by his last few battles. Alpha and I felt it was time to create an even more powerful Ranger to combat Lord Zed and his diabolical evil. To that end, a candidate was selected, and a new Power Ranger was created. And now, my friends, I present to you...
What is up, y'all? It is your man, ZentaiFit, back with another comic book review for you. Today, we are reviewing Drakkon New Dawn number 2. Now, what's interesting, I didn't read Drakkon New Dawn number 1. I purchased it, did the online thing, because that's how I read my comics, at least for Power Rangers anyway. And I never received number 1. I don't know what the issue is. I didn't really bother reaching out because, I'm always busy going on to the next thing and work and, family, so really didn't have much time to dig into it, but I purchased it and never got the number 1. So my knowledge, I'm going after Ranger Slayer number 1 and then going straight into Drakkon New Dawn, which kind of feels like a pretty sleek, and easy transition. So that's my knowledge. If you guys read number 1, comment below, fill in any gaps. But that's kind of how I'm going by with this review. As typical, when I review these comic books, I look at 3 different criteria: the good, the bad, and the morphin. So starting off with the good. This comic book hit hard. Jason Lee Scott, the original Red Ranger, is still alive in the world of the coinless. For 10 years, he was trapped in a Frankensteinish metal ranger suit that was kind of like a prison and punishment by Lord Drakkon. Jason at this point is kind of confused why Zach and Trini are working with the Sentry Rangers, and is Kimberly really herself, or is she still under a spell? It's a lot of questions for a guy who's kind of been concealed for over 10 years. Also, Jason urges Kim to defuse the Sentry Ranger's powers. And he says if Kimberly puts her coin in the diffuser, which is a device that Drakkon had made to make the Sentry soldiers, then she herself, she wouldn't be considered a Power Ranger anymore. And initially, she loses her individuality. Aside from that, this crew is also facing an alien invasion from Eclipta and her minions, who are all servants of Dark Spectre. And space fans, you know exactly who that is. I love also how this character is also a spitting image of Ecliptor from In Space. Probably just another species of his kind. The artwork is on point. The coinless world always feels darker and grittier than any of the other Power Ranger comics and stories, and I like that aspect. The fight scenes in this comic are awesome. And we even have an unexpected love interest between Adam and Scorpina. Now, getting into the bad of this comic, I personally felt like there were small moments that kind of dragged on in this issue. So I would just say this comic overall just had small pacing issues, but other than that, that's pretty much it. Getting into the morphin, the stakes were raised in this issue. As the Ranger Slayer and the rest of this team take on this alien invasion war, Kimberly tries to prove herself as a leader, but then ultimately fails. Adam the Black Ranger ends up getting killed in this fight because as he was attacking Eclipta, he suddenly loses his powers. Also, I love the flashback scenes where Jason kind of shares what happened to him. We learn what Drakkon did and how he tortured him. It's kind of like that old saying, there are some things that are worse than death. And if anyone understands that, it's Jason. Seeing your friends die, seeing your world destroyed and taken over by a psychopath, anyone would probably lose their shit and be a little cuckoo in the head. Even though his Metal Ranger suit was like a true punishment from Lord Drakkon, I still have to say that design was pretty cool. I hope the Lightning Collection would consider it. Now remember I said the Sentry Rangers suddenly lost their powers? Turns out at the end of this comic, Jason is not only back, but he is back as the Red Ranger. And he wants to put the Power Rangers back together. He's like, screw all this Sentry soldier stuff. The power wasn't meant to be shared amongst that many people. That's why Zordon chose teenagers with attitude. It was 5 or 6 individuals who were selected because they were the ones who were deemed worthy of that power. So he's like, we don't need all these soldiers. We need to bring the Power Rangers back together. Earlier in this comic, Jason, he tells Kimberly she needs to shut down the Sentry Soldier program. And then he even asks Zach and Trini, the former Yellow and Black Ranger, how come they never took back their power coins after all this time? And he thinks, you know what, the reason why is because of fear, because they were taught to be afraid by Lord Drakkon in their world. Now my question is this the right call? Or will this decision go south, bringing the Power Rangers together in this world and eliminating the Sentry soldiers? Minus the Blue Rangers, since Billy was definitely killed by Lord Drakkon. Now getting into my lightning rating, I have to give this book a solid 5 out of 5, even though I know for the bad, like I said, there was some pacing stuff, but it's something about this world. It's something about diving into this story and these characters, even though, like Kimberly, she is kind of the central character. And when you look at the cover art, you know, I was like, man, this definitely seems like, you know, you might have some, women should definitely feel empowered when you look at this cover, you know what I mean? Like, and I mean that in a good way. Like, you should be excited to see like Scorpina, to see Trini and Kimberly actually like taking the lead. You know, it's not really about the Red Rangers, not really about Tommy or Lord Drakkon so much, but it's about these other folks who are kind of stepping up into roles of leadership. And I find that just so cool and so interesting with those characters in this world. And I find the Cronus world so cool because you could do a bunch of crazy different things that are different from the regular timeline. You know, so I enjoyed it, man. I really, really did. And I'm excited to see what happens next. Will a new Power Rangers team, you know, come back together? You know, or is that gonna go south? Is that gonna be bad? You know, because they have a war going on. So I don't know if getting rid of the Sentry soldiers was a good idea, but we're gonna find out. We'll see what happens next. Guys, if you like this issue and you thought it was just as crazy as I did, comment below, let me know your thoughts. And if you are new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe. I want to get to 4K by the end of this year, if possible. That's what I'm pushing for. I need your help to do it though. You guys can help me by subscribing and sharing this video out and commenting. You guys don't know how much that helps. Join my squad if you are new, and I thank you guys so much for watching. Again, lots of new Power Ranger comic books are on the way, so make sure you guys subscribe so you can catch all the new and latest details on what's to come. Much love, y'all stay safe, be healthy, and I will see you here for the next comic book review. Peace!